There are millions now waking up to the fact that they have been used in some sort of nefarious scientific experiment, and many are suffering serious physical side effects as a result. We can clearly see in the evidence presented by Dr. Yeadon's crew at howbadismybatch.com that different batches of the same vaccine are being deployed and monitored on a set schedule. And studies from New Zealand and Spain have shown that there is cutting-edge nanotech in the Pfizer vaccine. It is a massive human experiment. It's killing people, injuring people, and destroying people's immune, neurological, cardiovascular, and reproductive systems. People who trusted their government, and people who trusted the pharmaceutical industry. Trust is a beautiful thing with someone close, but not with strangers we see on the television, and there is never a good reason to trust your government. When a bloated government's main concern is profit and war, then psychopaths with degrees will be funded to research and develop more efficient ways of killing and controlling people. This has been going on for a long, long time. In 1932, the U.S. Public Health Service began the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. Patients were lied to about being treated for syphilis and were unknowingly kept sick and made worse. During World War II, the Russians were using unsuspecting political prisoners to test lethal poisons on. The U.S. tested mustard gas on soldiers. The Japanese tested biological weapons on Chinese prisoners. And the infamous Angel of Death, Dr. Joseph Mengele, was performing all sorts of horrific experiments on people in the concentration camps. Researchers at Vanderbilt University gave pregnant mothers radioactive iron in what they were told were vitamin drinks. In the 1950s, Dr. William Sweet was funded by the government to inject unsuspecting patients at Massachusetts General Hospital with uranium. Immunology expert Chester Southam injected prisoners in Ohio with cancer. The University of California experimented on newborns by freezing them and injecting air into their brains. Israeli doctors killed tens of thousands of Arab children with radiation poisoning. And in Montreal, Canada, Dr. Ewan Cameron was treating hundreds of patients with the same bizarre procedure. Whether they were seeking a remedy for schizophrenia, depression, or an injured leg, Dr. Cameron treated them all by putting them into a chemical coma for up to months at a time, while subjecting their bodies to electroshock. And just a few years prior to this, Dr. Cameron was invited to the Nuremberg trials for a psychiatric evaluation of Rudolf Hess. Perhaps the darkest and most prevalent experiment on humanity prior to COVID-19 is MKUltra, an endless web of inhumane projects primarily involving trauma-based mind control and the torture of children. While legacy media often shows you the lurid sex and drugs aspect of MKUltra, they don't show you the congressional testimony of victims who were kept in cages, raped, and tortured as children in part of the U.S. government's human radiation experiments.
I was a subject in radiation as well as mind control and drug experiments performed by a man I knew as Dr. Green. The first significant memory took place at Kansas City University in 1966. Don Ebner took me there by plane when my mom was out of town. I was in what looked like a laboratory and there seemed to be other children. I was strapped down, naked, spread eagle, on a table, on my back. Dr. Green had electrodes on my body, including my head. He used what looked like an overhead projector and repeatedly said he was burning different images into my brain while a red light flashed aimed at my forehead. I felt drugged because he had given me a shot before he started the procedure. When it was over, he gave me another shot. The next thing I remember, I was with my grandparents again in Tucson, Arizona. I was 4 years old.
The victims were given an apology by a smirking President Clinton, which is more than most victims have ever gotten. Nothing has changed. These are only a few of the many illegal human experiments that we know of, and there has never been any justice. As it stands now, Big Pharma is well protected from any liability. Governments, corporations, and strangers on TV do not deserve our trust. Their role should be to serve humanity and endure our eternal scrutiny and vigilance.